welcome to Scrappin with Sheri, and it's time for page 68 in our sketchbook. Now, when we were in Michigan, we went to a little town called Holland. Actually, I don't know how little it was, but it was so funny because while we were there, Creative Memories released the Holland Scenes designer paper pack and stickers. I've already used them on some other pages, but these are my last 2 pages I plan to do of our Holland trip, and I wanted to use this sketch to do it. I like the fact that it's just a lot of stripes, and it's a great way to use up scrap papers. Now, I'm actually using a brand new pack because I wiped out one whole pack already. The good thing is I know that so much of this is so versatile that I can use it for a lot of different things. Although it's titled Holland Scenes, the flowers are very generic. The pink on the back is great. You got some yellows, you got some blues and greens. This does say Amsterdam and things like that, but the design is so muted, I don't think it would really detract from anything you wanted to use the colors for. I think they're really pretty colors. So this will be a 2-pager in my book, and I'm going to deviate way from the sketch. What I really liked were the stripes. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Now, because it is a 2-pager, in my mind, I'm splitting this kind of like here. And so one side will have bigger stripes, longer stripes. The other side will have smaller stripes. And we'll just carry the stripes look across. Now, I'm going to start with this particular piece of paper, strictly because it has the word Holland on it. And I want that to be one of the stripes. Now, these stripes are 1.5 inches. So let's measure this and see, because if we can make this a 3-inch, that would take the place of 2 stripes on the page. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, while I'm cutting, I'm going to go ahead and cut double of everything. Because of it being a 2-page spread, we're going to take the stripes across both sides of the 2 pages. So let's see what our background looks like. We've got some yellow there. And we can use that as one of the 1.5-inch stripes. The yellow will be good to throw in. And all of our colors are good and coordinate well. I've got a couple of the 1.5s. Now, I do want to pull definitely this floral, because that's what's going to make all the colors go together. And I'm going to cut that at 1.5, 2 times. And I really like that yellow. I'm not necessarily wild about using the pink on the back for this one, so I'll save that. But then because this floral has all those different colors, I do want to use the green side of this as well. And this is a directional paper, so I'm turning it sideways to cut it. And I'll do a 1.5 and a 1.5 on this. Now, when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, okay, that makes 3 inches. We've got 3 inches, that's 6. We've got another 1.5 here. So we're going to need some more strips to make this work. 3, 6. So let's go ahead and double these up. Do I want, yeah, we should throw in some blues just because we had our jackets on that day. We got up and dressed thinking it was going to be a great day, and we wore shorts, and then it started raining, and we got so cold. I can throw those in. I like the way that creates a good contrast between some of the lighter colors. I might want to throw in another of the floral. I feel like this is a pretty easy layout. It's just a matter of cutting all the bits and pieces. And you know what? Maybe rather than having that yellow, I don't know. I don't know that I love the map on the yellow. So I think I'm going to go with something more like that. So I've got 3, 6, 9. I'm going to need one more. So let's go back with the blue at the top to kind of anchor everything. Maybe that math was right. Who knows? All right. So in taping them down, I'm not going to tape down both sides right away. but I am going to do one side so we can get the feel of how this is going to look. And I'm going to use my cover sheet for one side. I'm just going to use my regular tape on this. Just make sure I get my edges done. And then line it up on this. I do like the color variety of this pack. You know, the designers at Creative Memories are so very smart about that. And although we didn't go to the official real Holland, in Holland, Michigan, they had a lot of things that looked like officially Holland. And the colors are so perfect. And if you look at these flowers, I probably should have done them directionally a different way, but it's all right. I'm going to cover up lots of it anyway. Now, as I'm taping this, I'm thinking about that sketch too, because they just lined up 4x4 pictures on theirs. But I do know some of mine are going to need to be left 4x6. And I did develop them. Maybe I want to pull that a little further apart. Let's stick this one back in. I did develop them with the white matting on them already. So we're going to see how that works into this layout. Maybe a great thing, maybe not. Who knows? There. The flowers were probably part of my favorite part of being there, and I really like them in the paper pack too. We were just past tulip season. Apparently the tulips bloomed early there this year, but they still had a lot of magnificent flowers in the garden area. And those are on some other pages. So I did use a lot of this paper already. Now, one thing that they did that I'm not sure that I will do is they added borders here and here. I'm going to kind of look at where my pictures are going first, and then I'll decide if I want to add borders or not. And I'm also not sure if I have many stickers in that collection left, so we'll see. Now this, I really think I would like to have right down here, but you can tell it's a little bit big because it covers up a little of my Holland word. So if I cropped that, it's going to take away from lining those photos up straight down through there. But we could do something like this. This was called the Deswan Lighthouse. I don't know. I don't know all the words, but this was actually inside the lighthouse. We took so many views of the lighthouse. It was just really pretty. Initially, it was rainy and we weren't having such a great time, but the sun finally came out before we left, and so we ended up having a lot of fun. Now you can see my pictures are going to cover up a lot of the beauty of it. We love the little geese out front. You know, it's just a lot of pictures, and I want to keep a lot of them. So there. I do also have, we bought this postcard, but I don't really want to use it because the tulips were not in bloom when we saw it. But I might add this in a peekaboo pocket. And I love this picture of Patrick in the wooden shoe, but we can put the wooden shoe pictures on the opposite page. So if we go with something like this, this is not too bad. I'm trying to decide if I cropped down, if I could get any more on there, or if I'm just going to be doing too much. And I think for this one, I may just leave this. There's not a lot I could crop on either of those. Certainly not enough to get a whole nother picture in. That's one of the hardest things about developing these like I do as pre-matted pictures. Yeah, we're going to have some peekaboo pockets on this, which means that I need to decide what should go behind. Now, in a peekaboo pocket, you can typically, I mean, sometimes I layer my pockets. You don't have to do that. These are all parts of inside the windmill as we climbed it. So that's all going to go on another page. That will go with that. That could go with that. This one is not necessary. It's very similar to the pose I did with him, and then we changed mine up so I was touching the tip of it. But we could add this one underneath. We could add this one underneath. So in a peekaboo pocket, you could put two and then have another one as your background. So you could actually get 3 pictures really easily right there. I think these wooden shoe pictures are all going to have to go on another page too. But they're just so cute. I know the hardest part for a lot of my customers is determining what you use and what you don't use. And man, this is one of those times that it's really hard for me, because how fun is that? And I could actually put these in a peekaboo pocket. Let's see, we would have 1, 2. And then put that one on the top. And maybe shoot this one to the other page. So we'll have a people picture on the other page. All right. So that's where we're going with this layout. We've got all of our stripes. I'm probably not going to do any extra embellishments. But let me look and see if I've got any borders that go with this sticker pack real quick. So here's the sticker sheet I had left, and really all that I'm seeing on here are the little wooden shoes that I might add. So I'm going to go with this as is. Of course, adding some peekaboo pockets. I will do some journaling from this, and I've got a couple of places I could add that, really right here, or I could add it inside one of the peekaboo pockets, and that would work as well. So I effectively covered up a lot of the stripes on this page. Not really the look that they were going for in the initial layout, but 2 peekaboo pockets to get me lots of pictures on this page. And I'll do the facing page, and we'll post those pictures at the end of the video so you can see what they ended up looking like. Remember, the sketches are really a jumping point. If you don't like them or they don't work for your photos, don't stress about it. Just move on. Do the best you can do. It always sparks my creativity to start with a sketch and then see how I can make it work for me. So until I see you next time, happy scrapping.